Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I thought I added my stream to the React. My bad. So I'm here to do another retro react to Shantal. She hasn't done anything yet on her channel, but I love doing the retro reacts for those who weren't around during Crackhead Olympics to see all the goings on. And I know that doing the retro reacts makes her mad. So I wanted to sit down and do another retro react courtesy of the channel Queen of WTF. I just finished up a react also courtesy of Queen of WTF. It's processing right now and I will post it to YouTube as soon as it's done. But I wanted to kind of do a part two to kind of highlight her views on messing around with married men and all the drama that surrounded Chantal with her messing around with married men. So, so here we go again. I don't have anything on Twitter to show you guys because I just did a retro react and included all the Twitter stuff. So, how about we just do something a little different? How about we just go on to the comments of Queen of WTF's video and I can show you what other people are saying as well as give my comments. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the video itself. And, Chantal is here. She's going to try to justify sleeping with the married man. And these retro reacts, they are relevant considering everything that's going on with her and Salah, everything that has happened, her going and railing on him because of him being with other people, looking at other people's pictures, wanting to be with Kai Bella. This is still relevant because Chantal herself, she is a serial cheater and she freely admits that. And she also has no shame in admitting that she's with a married guy. As a matter of fact, she gloats over it. She gloats over the fact of being with somebody else's man. So let's get into the comments section. What are people saying about that? What did they say? Wonder Twin says, imagine that poor woman if her husband didn't use protection. Yeah, I hope that anybody that messes with Chantal uses protection because you just never know. You never know. She was very promiscuous when she was in the Canadian villa. She was finding people on Tinder, finding people on Facebook, and just messing with anybody that would have her. So, yeah, I hope that married man used protection for the sake of his wife. Not that he should be cheating in the first place, but still. Bethany says she's dumbfounded that a married man would be on a dating site when, in fact, she was in a relationship with Pete when she met BB on a dating site. So, yeah, that happened. She was involved with Pete. They were living together. They were involved. As a matter of fact, she and Pete were engaged. They were engaged to be married. So while she was with Pete, she was cruising the dating sites and the hookup sites looking for people. And that's how she found BB. And then she was cheating on Pete with BB. And then she ended up leaving Pete for BB. And then after she cheated on BB, she went back to Pete's. And Booger is drooling all over my hand. Hey, girl. So, little Aussie says she's vile. Bethany says she always finds a new level of depravity. Yeah, because once you think Chantal's hit her lowest low, she surprises you and finds some levels below that. Brunette Nami says, not her bragging about being a homewrecker and thinking it's cute. Well, she thinks it's cute. What's the old saying? Misery loves company. So if she's miserable, then everybody else should be miserable. And since Chantal wants to be married so badly, it makes her happy knowing that she's, getting involved with a married man and potentially causing problems within that marriage. Adventures of Dixie says you don't need a personal invitation to attend a public event. Now, this has to do with something that Chantal is going to be talking about in the video. She's mad at FFG because Chantal decided to get on YouTube and advertise to everybody that she was going to be part of a fashion show in Canada. She made that public information. knowing that she has haters, knowing that there are people that don't like her, knowing that FFG was also in Canada. She put it out there, and FFG showed up at the fashion show, and Chantal's going to claim in the video that FFG was bullying everybody in the show. That did not happen. FFG did not attend the event and give flack to all of the ladies that were there. She was just there to watch the fashion show to see if it was a big deal, and it wasn't. It was rather dismal. So she's mad about FFG. This person says, the way she said I had a craving for Tony, like he was a number 7 combo meal at a fast food joint, makes me queasy. Yeah. And we all know how she is about her cravings. If she craves something, she has to have it. She doesn't say no to her cravings. Weird. Goldie May says her greatest accomplishments, bragging about getting railed by a married man. Way to go. If she couldn't go any lower. Jane Harris says, I could never hate myself or any other women enough to knowingly sleep with a married man. Well, most ladies have standards. And a married man or even an attached man who hasn't put a ring on it yet, it's a no-go. It's a no-brainer. Somebody's married, they're in a relationship, you don't go there. You don't touch that. That's somebody else's private property. And there's no sense in trespassing because you can't stay. You can't own the property. So best to get off the grass. Ortico says sleeping with someone she can't communicate with because he doesn't know a word in English is almost as bad as sleeping with a married man. Yeah, Shantal, for the last 4 or 5 years, she deliberately seeks out men that are from other countries. They don't know the English language or they can't speak fluent English. I think she does that on purpose, y'all. I think she likes knowing that the person isn't fluent in English, and that way she could just lie to them or they can't find out her lies. I think that she targets men of other countries for that reason on purpose. JNB says, look at me. I'm desirable. Guys sleep with me. Sis, that's all they do, and it's barely that, dirtball. Yep, that's all they want. Vix Pix says, okay, by your logic, maybe Natter was also just not in a happy relationship, Chantal. Maybe he also needed some comfort at Christmas from Dee Dee. Ooh, but when it's done to you, it's not the same, right? Yeah, rules for me, but not for thee. You know, she's always moving the goalpost. Azria, the Amazon, says, I love how Foodie doesn't think her fetishizing men of color isn't racist. Well, it is. Sweet Tea Lady says, wait. At the start of this, she said, his wife and kids are in Turkey. Then at the end, she says he never had sex with his wife. Apparently, Chantal missed sex education. Yeah, you have to have sex with somebody for them to get pregnant and for them to have kids, right? So how could he never have sex with his wife? Unless there was an immaculate conception going on times 3. Let's see. Digital Human says, I'll never fault a woman for unknowingly sleeping with a married man. It's married people's job to stay faithful. Very true. And make sure people know they are married. But I will fault Chantal because she doesn't seem too broken up or grossed out about sleeping with a man like that. She isn't mad at the dude. She seems more disappointed that she should stop sleeping with him. Yeah, there's no outrage with her. Like, what? He was married? Oh my God. Like, what? No outrage. Just disappointed that she can't continue. Like, she has to give him up. Just Diane says, wait, she rages for months and months on how Dee Dee was screwing around with Natter when she was with Natter, but then it's okay to sleep with a man who's married. Chantal, maybe you didn't know he was married until after the quote unquote act. That's okay. There's people out there that manipulate like that. But once you found out that he was married, you grab your camera, go live and tell everyone the details of sleeping with married men, shaking my head. Yeah, in a bragging kind of way. It's just me says, so sleeping with a married man doesn't count if his wife is in another country. Okay, good to know. So when she went to Canada and Nader was in Kuwait and he was talking to Kybella, I guess that doesn't count either because, she's far away from her husband, right? The same logic should apply, I guess. S Bug says she's going to face an angry wife at some point and it will not end well. Her fault. Yep. Moving on. Pippi Longstocking says, I guarantee she paid money for every time he did it with her. That's why he asked her again for the money. Yeah, that was something that happened more than once. Shantal confessed to giving money to men for relations. I believe she also said that about Motorcycle Guy. There was a motorcycle guy and she gave him a bunch of money. So you're paying guys to act like escorts, right, Chantal? Hmm. Island Dreamer says, wow, her bar is not low, it's non existent. Why is she boasting? Of course, the married man said it's okay for them to hook up. And she wonders why no company wants to be affiliated with her. Yeah, because she gets online and she overshares and she says all these vile things. No brand, no company would look at Chantal and say, here is someone that can represent our brand in a positive way. Brands, companies, services, they look for people that will give them a positive public image, not someone that would destroy their brand or their product or their service. I mean, Chantal's had a few run-ins with companies that they took her on as someone that was representing them, but then they fired her. Such was the case with Coldest Water Bottle. She has the distinction of being fired from Coldest Water Bottle twice. And with the way she behaved, putting down Coldest Water Bottle and saying things publicly, I don't think anybody's ever going to work with her ever again. If they care about their brand, they wouldn't dare. And let's see. Green Eyed Girl says, there's no justification for sleeping with a married man. I'm not buying her crap. She talks about her sescapades like an immature high school girl. Adults don't feel the need to announce the fact that they got laid. You know what? If you have sex, you don't talk about it. You don't brag about it. You're certainly not going to get on YouTube and boast about what you do. If you have it, you just have it. It's just a thing. But Chantal, she has it so infrequently that every time she does have it, she's got to boast about it. Like we're all supposed to give her a gold star on her test. Klutzy Kate says, this is why she has so many people that hate her. So glib about being with a married man, which is bad enough, but she said he had kids too. Yeah, which makes it way worse. You're not just sleeping with a married man. You're sleeping with somebody who's a father with children as well as a wife. And cheating, it can destroy relationships, but it can also break up families. And she's proud of that. She's so proud of being a homewrecker. Robert Whitaker says she whined and cried that Stabby cheated on her, and now she's cheating with a married man. It counts no matter where his family is. True. Tato Supervente says this woman is shameful and she deserves everything bad that happens to her. Now what? You are the one who could be destroying a family and causing irreparable damage to his wife and children. Chantal is really hateful, and I hope we all tell her all the crap she said to Dee Dee. Yep, he's a hypocrite. Solon says, my event. She was a model, and now she acts like she owns the place. Wasn't Chantal all buddy-buddy with FFG as well? Couldn't she just told her to go away and be done with it? Yeah, that's the funny thing about the fashion show. Chantal was railing on FFG, or at least trying to, and putting her down. But the moment that FFG got in front of her at the fashion show, she had nothing bad to say. As a matter of fact, she invited FFG out for poutine. Of course, Frenchie turned her down, but still, she was laughing and acting as if she and FFG were old friends, which they never were. But she had her moment to say what she wanted to say to someone she allegedly hated, and she didn't say a word. Nothing. She's a coward, absolute coward. Marlo says, so since Nader was in a different city, sleeping with other women, it doesn't count. Nope, I guess not. I guess not. Gina Haley says Chantal blabbed about her event, which was open to the public. FFG didn't crash anything. It was in the town FFG lives in. If FFG and her one guest hadn't been there, there would have been only 2 or 3 others who were not with those modeling. Chantal could have talked this event up weeks before and encouraged her VIPs to come and support the event. But we all knew she didn't because she didn't want anyone to see how big she really is. Even Pete's commented that FFG was being a good sport and made the event fun. Chantal even said it was fun having FFG there. She was only mad because FFG got a video out before she did because she chose to come home and get high, stuff her face, and sleep half the day. Chantal tries to play this up as though it was Montreal Fashion Week, when it was nothing but a piddly little boutique event. I can guarantee you, had FFG not been there, Chantal would have made it seem like it was way more than it was after the fact. Okay, enough of my rambling, and just let me end this by saying I can't stand Chantal. She's a disgusting lowlife. Gina Haley speaks no lies there. So let's rewind a bit about this fashion event. She became part of the fashion event. She told the designer that she was a big YouTuber, that she had a big channel, and that might have been part of the reason why the designer had Chantal in the fashion show in the first place, because the designer was just thinking, publicity, good press. Like, I'm a designer. I'm trying to get my name out there. And if there's a big channel on YouTube, and if they talk about it, people will know about me, and that will be good for my brand. So she put Chantal in the fashion show, which the fashion show, for those who are wondering, where was it held? What did it look like? It was basically a fashion show held in like a hair salon. So it was a really, really small place. And Gina's not wrong. There weren't that many people there. Chantal said what she needed to say to the designer to be a part of the show, just so she could say she walked some sort of a catwalk. Not many people showed up, but Chantal did let it out of the bag at last minute that she was doing the fashion show. And Chantal had all the time in the world to put out her own video and be like first in line with the exclusive for this fashion show. But after the fashion show, she didn't sit up and post her video. She got high, ate some food, went to sleep. So Frenchie did not put out her video until hours and hours and hours later. And then Chantal got mad just because she decided to sit on it when she shouldn't have sat on it. So she was mad about FFG having the exclusive and breaking it first versus her when she's the reason why she was next in line. Like, the early bird gets the worm. Believer says public photography law 101. When you are in a public place, there is no exception of privacy. Therefore, anyone can take your image and publish. A corporation using your image for advertisement or profit must get a release. From my experience, most designers have models sign a waiver to use their image in advertisement, and there could be other conditions regarding the model using the designer's image in the model's personal portfolio. Foodie is never honest because it's the confusion that keeps everybody watching. Yeah, like she's always telling us half truths or lies, and we're always just trying to find the truth in all of the lies. Let's see. BBK says, I'm confused as to how somebody can have sex with someone when they don't speak the same language. Like, how do you communicate to each other in bed what you want and what you need, or what might be even hurting you, or when to stop if this person doesn't understand? Especially since she's meeting these men offline, this could be serious safety risk, but she doesn't think about this type of stuff. She has the mentality and emotional maturity of a 14-year-old. Yeah, dangerous encounters, very dangerous. So that's some of the comments. I want to include the comments section because there's a lot of good points there. But how about we get into Shantal and what she has to say in trying to justify being with a married man and the drama with the fashion show. And I hope you guys enjoy. And if you're not part of my channel yet, please like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. You don't have to. I mean, do what you want to do. But I hope you guys enjoy this react regardless. So let's do this.
I'm behind you all.
Beside BB Angels. Hi, come on, do it, meet everybody. What's everyone talking about? Well, he said
Oh, and forgive me, I forgot to say this. This video is courtesy of the channel Queen of WTF. I'll be leaving the link for the original video down below in the description. Please check out their channel, all the great content, sub up to them because they're one of the great archivers here on YouTube. So let's keep going.
All right, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not right, and I will not do it again.
She's like a little kid getting caught with her fingers in the cookie jar. Okay, I won't do it again. It didn't sound very sincere, Shantal. Guaranteed you're going to do it again, and you did.
Somebody getting laid will lie. Who knows how many married men I slept with? They don't tell me. How am I supposed to know?
You're supposed to ask. Do you ask the question? Do you seriously talk to these men? And if you're interested in getting serious, shouldn't that be one of the beginning conversations of like, not just, hi, how are you? What do you like? What are your interests? But like, are you single? Are you really single? Shouldn't you put that on the table right away?
I don't know. If I know they're married, yes, absolutely. And tonight, if I had known before, like if he was like, no, I wouldn't have. He told me he was single.
She's lying. Rule number one, Shantal lies. Even if the guy said, I'm married with 10 kids, it wouldn't matter. She wants what she wants. And when she wants a date, she doesn't care if you're married, you got a ring on your finger or not.
No, Tony's not married. Okay.
And this is another reason why she can never have a relationship. This is another reason why. Because if you're a man in Shantal's life, God help you. But if you're a man that gets involved with Foodie, understand that your private life will not be private. Everything you say, everything you do around her, everything she knows about, it's going to be on YouTube, especially if she gets mad at you. If you get into an argument with her, you make her mad, you tell her she can't have a Nashi, whatever, she's going to use her public platform to publicly out you and humiliate you. She will tell lies about you, and because you're not online to refute what she's saying, she'll take advantage of that. But if you make her mad, this is how she gets mad and she gets even, because she's all about revenge. So she's not getting anything out of you, or not everything. She's going to go ham on you on her channel. And what man wants to be involved with that? Wants to be involved with a woman who is not only toxic and self-destructive, but whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever gripe she has, she's going to let thousands of people know what those gripes are. If you're not good in bed, or if your junk is small, she's going to tell everybody. She'll tell everyone. She's not about, we're in a relationship and let's keep things between us. Everybody doesn't have to know our business. Like, that's part of the reason why men run away from her. That and other reasons, you know? Like it's a whole list of reasons why men run away, but this is just one of them because of the way she behaves and the way she handles things.
This Aisha. So remember the other day I had a craving for Tony. We were talking and then we were making like tentative plans. And then I'm like, what are you doing this weekend? And he's like, Saturday, I have to see my sister. I'm available on Friday or on Sunday. And because yesterday, you know how I felt like doing fuck all. So I would just said, well, so then how about Sunday? I'll see you Sunday. And then I left my last message to him was, j'ai envie de toi, meaning like I'm in the mood for you. Like, or like, you know, at least say something. I don't hear from him until today.
She's getting mad because she didn't hear from him right away. She's forgetting the fact that she's single and she's talking to somebody and they have a life. They've got things that they can do, that they're going to do. But she immediately becomes demanding. If she's got her sights set on you, she's even just had one phone conversation with you, she immediately becomes demanding of your time. Like, how dare you have a life? How dare you have a job? How dare you have family and friends you want to spend time with? Who do you think you are? When I call, you better pick up that phone. If I leave a voicemail, you better reply within 10 minutes or else I'm going to get on my channel and I'm going to tell all your business and I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you and scold you and put you down. She's a forcer. She forces her way into people's lives to get what she wants. And if she doesn't get it right away, she gets mad. Absolutely mad.
That was Friday. I messaged him. So I don't hear back from him until today at...
Sure, you're with another guy. Okay. So if you're with another guy, why does it bother you so much? If you got men lined up around the block, you got them just taking numbers and sitting down in a chair and waiting their turn, why are you so mad? Why? I mean, if you got a planner and you're like, okay, I got this guy at this time and this guy at this time, and it's not a big deal, then why is it a big deal? Because you got them lined up. But why does it bother you so much unless you don't have men lined up and you're like zeroing in on one guy and you're using that guy to distract you from your real life and how bored you are, and they're not keeping you entertained.
And he's like, me too. So get in your car. He like sends it like bullet point. Like, me too. Get in your car, pull away, and come see me.
Another thing, Shantal. Another thing. And I can't believe as a 53-year-old woman, and you were like, what, 38, 39 in this clip? You were in your late 30s. You're getting close to 40 here. I can't believe as an older woman that I'm looking at you, also an older woman, even though I'm a little bit older than you. I can't believe that I have to sit here and educate you. That I got to sit here and like, tell you these things I'm about to tell you. I guess you haven't figured it out. That you don't do the chasing. Chasing is not required. You shouldn't chase after anybody. Chasing does not mean you get what you want. It doesn't mean the person's going to be more attracted to you or they're going to think, oh, she really, really likes me because she's chasing me. If they're the right person, you don't have to chase. They'll make those phone calls. They'll find time for you. They will schedule time to be with you. But you chase people all the time for their attention, for the time spent. Chasing. Chasing.
So I was like, obviously not answering. No, I had sex with a married man today. And then as we were getting ready, he's like, again? Pete's boo her for being a hoe.
Boo. Oh.
So you just heard Pete's in the background. Can you imagine being Pete's right now He's standing in Chantal's filthy, disgusting, dirty, putrid room. And she's sitting there talking about being with a married man to someone who was her ex, someone that was engaged to her, someone that still to this day cares for her, and still waiting for her to come back to Canada. Like, he's got undying, everlasting love for Chantal. He is so attached to her, it's ridiculous. But imagine being Pete's. You're in your ex's dirty, filthy room, and right in front of you, she's telling you about sleeping with other guys. Seriously, sleeping with other guys. Like, how? I couldn't. I mean, that would just be too much. But that's what she's doing. She's talking to him like he's some platonic friend, and they never were ever engaged, involved when they were. They absolutely were. Weird.
Sleeping with married men. Well, like, is it normal for you to sleep when you're like, yeah, it's not.
And you want to get involved with this dude? Where things start is where they end up. You want a relationship, but you're involving yourself with someone who's spoken for and has a family. So let's just say this story you're telling about this married man is true, that he is married, he has a family. Obviously, he doesn't care about being monogamous or being in faithful relationships if he's married and has children and he's stepping out on his wife. Obviously, he don't care. So is that the kind of person you want to be involved with, that you want to give your heart and soul to? Involving yourself with someone who's showing you outright that he is an unfaithful type. You want to do that. You want to build the foundation on quicksand like that. You're dumb.
Not the same. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. He said it's okay, so married men are off limits. All right, fine. I won't see him anymore. Anyway, that guy won't want to talk to me anymore, anyways, because I'm picking out. No, honestly, I didn't know he was married. Like, he told me he was single for like this whole time.
Because he's married and he wants to get laid, so he's going to tell you what he needs to tell you to get the job done, and he succeeded.
But for him, he sounds like it's totally normal the way he was just talking about his
just
family.
because it might be his normal, is it normal for you? I mean, there are two people here. We got one person who might think it's normal, and then there's you. So if he's like acting like it's his normal, which means he might be sleeping around with other people, once you find out that he's married, is it your normal? Is it acceptable? It either is or it isn't. So does that mean his normal becomes your normal, that it's okay by you? Because you can easily say, I'm not okay with this, and walk away.
And then, like, I think maybe they're not together that way. I don't know. I'm like just surprised. I think I just don't really think about it as much as I should. Because I just like naive to think, like as if a married man would come on a dating app.
A
Like,
lot of
really
dating
dumb.
apps, they're not really dating apps. They're hookup sites. They're looking for a hookup. And you, I remember you, madam, you all over every dating hookup site known to man. Cruising them, looking for people to talk to, looking for people to hook up with. Even people on Facebook. You were laughing when you talked about finding people on Facebook and flashing your boobs at random strangers. Yep.
No, I don't think they're in a happy marriage or something. He's not going to see her for like 3 fucking years. So maybe he has to move on. He needs some comfort while he's here. It's true. He needs some help. He's not in a happy marriage if he's dicking down Canadian Uncle Fester.
That's true. How desperate are you, dude?
I'm glad I'm not married, seeing as how half of them fucking cheat on their wives. Jesus Christ. No thanks. How can you put this online? I don't know. It came out that while we were at the hotel, Rhonda, that he was like married.
And you didn't walk out? So you're at the hotel. I don't know if this happened before, maybe after the fact, after the act, and you didn't walk away. You weren't outraged. You're not mad. You're not mad now.
I was like, what the fuck? But there's a huge language barrier too. Like, he doesn't speak any English except for thank you.
Yeah. So you want a relationship with a guy, but why do you always pick guys that you can't even properly communicate with? And you're not willing to learn whatever their language might be to kind of bridge the gap so that you can talk to them. Why do you always pick guys that you really can't talk to and find out stuff? Very predator-ish, in my opinion.
I did cheat before, but I'm not a cheater because I wouldn't cheat anymore.
I wouldn't cheat anymore. But you did. Oh, you did.
Me all you want online. I don't really give a shit. And don't fuck with my money. Other than that, I don't care. Like, I should be able to tell. I'm sleep. It's a human activity. Sarah, know what kind of fucking mess I am. Why would anyone expect any different? I just want to be able to just fucking talk about whatever I want to. I don't want to have to be fake and careful about what I say.
But that's how you are in Kuwait. Here we are, 2024. You're being fake. You're being phony. You're over in Kuwait right now, pretending to be a demure, traditional housewife, which you aren't. And that's what's driving you crazy. That's why you're miserable, because you're not free to be yourself. And you, madam, the beautiful part is that you created the solitary confinement that you're now in. The oceanside villa, that's a human hamster cage. And guess what? You're the hamster. And there's a hamster wheel, but you don't use it. It stays unplugged. But you created your own prison cell. You can't go anywhere. You can't really do anything. You're driving when you shouldn't be driving, but you've got bad vision, but still, you decided to isolate yourself and make yourself miserable. You did that to you. This Shantal in front of me, this is the real one. This is the Shantal inside of you that is dying to come out. The same one that every few months you just can't stand it. You got to let her out of the cage. So you go to Canada or you'll go to Thailand so you can be free. Get out of the cage. Eat all the food you want. Smoke the green. Do the edibles. You got to let this one out because this is the real one that you're trying to cover up and act like she doesn't exist when she very much does. People are happiest when they are their true, authentic selves. And they are the most miserable when they're not. And you're not happy. You dragged yourself down. Not the reactors, not Girl World, not even the Beezers. You did it to yourself. You continue to do it for no reason other than spite, other than your own vanity. But this is who you are. This right here. Take a good long look at this version of you, Shantal. This is the real you. This is you. This is still you. I don't care if you're wearing a hijab and a abaya. This is still you.
I deserve better than a married man. Thank you. I packed tonight. Fucking live streams my fashion show. Like, this was an event I was doing, not you. Why do you have to make 5 streams about an event you were not even part of? You were not invited.
It isn't wrong. It's not wrong because it was a public event, like the commenter on the video pointed out. It was a public event. It wasn't private. Anybody could come. She put it out there. She advertised the fashion show. And it wasn't that big of a deal. Hardly anybody showed up. But Frenchie decided to show up just to see what it was all about. And Frenchie even said she expected more people there, and there weren't that many. It was rather sad. But she went and she took video. And Shantal, she was trying to be fair to you, I think. You know, like she didn't post her video immediately. She waited a while and you sat on it. Your fault. And you should know as a YouTuber, when you got an exclusive on something, you got to jump on it. Because if you don't, somebody else will. So you made the choice to go home, eat your food, smoke your green, get high, and go to bed. And Frenchie said, screw it. Screw it. I'm going to put my stuff out first, and then you get mad. You got mad. You got real mad. But it was a public event. Everybody was welcome. You got yourself in the fashion show by bragging about your channel. And the designer thought that it would be great publicity when it wasn't. Once she found out who you were and about your reputation, she was mad at you. Yes, she was.
Oh my God. She uses her Twitch to stream snipe me on top of that, just so she can stream snipe me. So not only do you know what you're doing is wrong on multiple.
Here we go again. You can't steal something that somebody has if they still have it. How is that possible? How can you claim? I'm just going to make up a scenario. Let's just say I have a 100-pound diamond in my hand. And then somebody makes a copy of that diamond and puts it in their hand. But I still have the original. So is that person stealing? If all they have is a copy, but they don't have the original. Make it make sense. She could have posted her stuff, got the exclusive, got the views. She sat on it. Her fault.
Multiple platforms to bully and harass. She shows up at events unannounced with fucking bullying and harassment.
Like she was supposed to announce it. What was Frenchie supposed to announce and go, I have arrived. I'm here. Let the party start. No, she just came to see what was going on.
How is this like not criminal at this point? Like, is she? Excuse me?
Somebody showing up at a public event, just showing up and watching a show, that is not harassment. I don't care what anybody says. It's not harassment, especially if you advertise for people to show up. It wasn't like this information was posted on a private forum and Frenchie found out. She put it out there. She told everybody. She was bragging again, oversharing when she shouldn't have. If Shantal had kept her mouth shut, nobody knew. She could have done the show, gotten the footage, brought it back to her channel, and made all kinds of bank. But she didn't. She opened her mouth, and it cost her.
Her behavior towards me is absolutely fucking criminal. Her stalking and harassing. Are you kidding? No, she should have just not shown
This is
up.
just because Frenchie got the exclusive first. She's mad at herself for opening her mouth and for not posting her video fast enough.
You put the onus on her. Audience needs to grow the fuck up. Get a life. She owes an apology to Rock and Roan. She owes them an apology, and she should take down her videos. Absolutely.
So Rock and Roan is the designer, the brand. This is the one that Shantal talked to. They got her in the fashion show. And if I'm not mistaken, Rock and Roan was more upset with Shantal than Frenchie.
I could give a shit.
Like Rock and Roan, she felt absolutely lied to. And Shantal, can I go on record as saying that what you did was unfair? This person, Rock and Roan, like She just wanted to do a fashion show and highlight the clothes that she designed. And there were other people at that show besides you, other models. You knew going in that you had a bad reputation, a bad rap. And you never stop and think about how you being you, how it affects other people, how it could affect other people. All you wanted was to be on a catwalk. You didn't care how you got there or who it affected later. You just wanted on a catwalk. So you tarnished a pleasant occasion, and you brought bad press to the designer, but also it wasn't good for the other ladies in the show. It really wasn't. If you had any respect for the designer, for the ladies, you should have stayed out or at least kept your mouth shut just to make sure that nobody was negatively affected.
What FFG thinks about me. I mean, look at her and her fucking pathetic life and her career. You're welcome,
She
babe.
was there in front of you. Like all this angry talk. You didn't dare say any of this to Frenchie's face.
She legit is an ogre. She looks like one in real life. Smells like an ashtray, has about 8 warts all over her face, and has a chin this huge, and has the nerve to fucking come for anyone at that fucking fashion show.
Frenchie didn't come for anybody at the fashion show. She wasn't bullying the ladies. She wasn't making nasty comments. So she's lying right here. That didn't happen.
You're ugly on the outside because you're ugly on the inside. Fuck you. What's going on in this universe? I think I'm the only sane one. And you're all crazy. You know that? You had it wrong. It's so hard for me when I'm excited about something to not talk about it. And I really thought like maybe with like the extra promotional would bring more customers.
Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. I want to hear that part one more time.
Thought like maybe with like the extra promotional would bring
more customers. Interesting choice of words. More customers. In what regard? Customers for you, customers for the designer, with your bad reputation. More customers. What were you hoping, Shantal? Were you hoping that some of the Foodies showed up at the fashion show and what? Did contact you, talk to you, get your number? You could do more requests for them. Is that what you were hoping for?
I don't know if that was the problem or if it was just like that she was in my video. I don't know, but I got a lot of fucking shit.
And I don't know why. Yes, she does.
No. Like, what does she say about Guylaine? Does she say anything about Guylaine in it? I'm not sure. Don't even go there, Day. I didn't know he was fucking married. Oh, are you guys gonna get on my ass about the married man I didn't even know about? Every single one of you fucking idiots making fun of my life. Were you invited to a fashion show? That's something fun I got invited to do.
Another thing I want to point out, during this time period, there was no open chat. She did not do open chat. This was locked down behind a paywall, VIB chat. If you didn't pay your $5, she wasn't conversing with you. So understand that the way she's talking to people right now, paying members, nothing but paying members. This is how she talked to her paying members.
You say I have no life, but you have to literally fucking insert yourself. Literally. Come uninvited. Literally. She showed.
You did invite. You did invite people, Shantal. You told all of the world you were doing the fashion show. So you put out the public invitation by letting the public know.
Up. She was a bully. I made a very positive vlog. Not me. Sorry. I would be so embarrassed if I were her for real. I think honestly, I think her behavior is really gross and embarrassing as an adult. Looking the way she does, making fun of other people behind their back because you were a fucking pussy and said shit to my face.
And you didn't say anything to her face either. And you were inviting her out for poutine. And what is it that you said, Shantal? You said, quote, "It's just business." That's what you said. Where were all the angry words, Shantal?
If I get a book, can you sign it? No, fuck you. I would be fucking embarrassed to be her showing up looking busted ass like that. Fucking person.
Back 2 days? Oh no, that's not how YouTube works.
I had sex 4 times tonight.
Doubt it. Doubt that. And I'm not being mean saying that. It's just that, look, she doesn't have much stamina. She really doesn't. And if she had sex that often, she would be done. She'd be in bed, tired, sore, achy. She's not, so she's lying.
I didn't know he was married. Yeah, he was a good son. He was good. He was hot. Fuck. I'm sorry. I know it looks like I'm like preying on fucking fresh immigrants.
You do. Shantal, what was the title? Remember the title? Remember the title that you did for one live stream? Who wants citizenship? And you weren't kidding. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a prank. You were throwing that out there. Who wants citizenship? I can give you citizenship. Come find me. And if you bang me down, I'll help you get citizenship. You're gross. You're so gross.
It's not like that. I'm just so attracted to them. They're so hot.
You know what's funny? Okay. So you're attracted to men in other countries. There's nothing wrong with that. But why aren't you ever attracted to a man in another country that they know how to speak enough English, that the two of you can communicate? Someone that you've got stuff in common with, that are really into you. They've got their own deal going on. They're independent. They've got their own money. They've got their own job. Someone you can't control. I'm sure there are men from other countries in Canada, from other places. Why didn't you ever go for them? Why didn't you ever want to date them? Why not find a man from another country that is successful, established, intelligent, educated, fluent in your language as well as his? Why not find someone like that? Wouldn't that be better? Oh, wait, not for you, because a man like that would never want anything to do with you, no matter what country he was from. Because men of means would never deal with you.
No, I'm thinking about the guy tonight. Shit, I forget his name. Fuck. I'm not gonna do anything in my life just to change for him. So if he doesn't like it, then he doesn't have to see me ever again. But I don't think that's the case because he had sex with me 4 times. Yeah, it's not like it's gonna be serious or anything. It was just a night of fun. At the end of the night, I was like, well, maybe we could just stay friends, or I don't know. I'm like, because you have a family anyway. And he just kind of laughed. But it was fun to have intimate moments with him because I was very attracted to him. I didn't know he was married. Besides which, we don't even know their relationship at all.
It doesn't matter what their relationship is. What matters is he was in a relationship, dummy. Attached. With somebody, married. Off limits. It's completely off limits.
Oh. He didn't like...
That's what cheaters do. They lie. They will lie. If they want you, and if they're that kind of person, they will say whatever it is they got to say to get in your pants.
Never had sex, because I was like, when I said sex, and then wifey's like, no sex. No sex. So we don't know their fucking arrangements, so don't call me a fucking bitch and come at me sideways. Fuck you, you're a bitch.
And they haven't had sex in 20, 30 years. Because some people do have that arrangement. For whatever reason, they are together in a marriage, but for whatever reason, there's no intimacy. But they're still married. It is possible for two people to be involved with each other and not be intimate for whatever reason, and still love each other very much.
It does matter. So you're just gonna keep accusing me and not fucking listen to a word I'm saying? Okay, keep going. We don't know around the situation.
And of course, he's going to tell you whatever version it takes to get you in bed and get you naked. Dummy. He's going to tell you whatever version that he wants to, but yet you can't talk to the wife and verify that, yeah, we're married and that's my husband, but we're not intimate, so you guys go ahead. You're never going to hear her side to know that he's lying.
We don't know. So he probably isn't like with her. Or I don't know. And like, so it was really broken the way he was explaining to me. So I didn't really fucking understand what he meant. Like, I got the feeling like he wasn't like, oh, I don't want a monogamous relationship, I guess.
Lies. Look at the way she answers that. She's looking down. She's lying. She wants someone to be. This serial cheater wants someone to be faithful to her. She wants loyalty. She wants love. She wants devotion. At the same time, those qualities don't exist in her, and she can't give to
But I don't want
others.
to fuck around with a married man. Okay.
But you did.
I'm gonna pass out. Let's see you guys for breakfast tomorrow. Do you want to have a chocolate torte? Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Good night. Good night, love you guys.
So that was the video. That was it. Kind of a shorter react today, but that's okay. I just did one and it's processing right now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed that. And please check out Queen of WTF. Links down below. And leave a comment here. Or sub up to my channel if you'd like. And sub up to Queen of WTF if you haven't already. And check out all of her content. So I hope all of you have had a really great day. And I hope you get to see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.